Welcome everybody. My name is Stefanos Dionysopoulos and I'm the country leader of Oracle Greece. Cloud has been, and still is, the hottest topic for every IT department that is looking into refreshing, upgrading and improving their infrastructure. But what about highly regulated organizations that want to take advantage of cloud flexibility while keeping their data on premises? Today, I'm here with Christina Georgakopoulou at EOP, the National Organization for Healthcare Provisioning in Greece. Welcome, Christina, and thank you for your time being with me today.
Good morning, Stefanos. Welcome to National Organization for the Provision of Health Services, locally known as EOP. Thank you very much for your invitation for this conversation.
Christina, would you please be so kind to introduce yourself?
So, let's introduce myself. I am the manager of the ICT division at EOP, and I am working at EOP since its beginning in 2012. My main role is, apart of course from my responsibility for the proper daily running of all applications and systems, is to propose to the management of my organization the best ICT solutions, taking into consideration parameters such as the maximum performance of our operational systems under the best possible cost.
Tell us a little bit about EOP. What is its role? What makes EOP special?
Answering to your question, let me tell you that EOP was founded in 2012 and within a few years managed to be one of the most powerful organizations in Greece, in public sector in Greece, offering exclusively computerized services through state-of-the-art technologies. Actually, EOP is the hub of healthcare in Greece. Its main role is to provide health services to the insured people of Greece, almost to the total population of Greece, and so EOP is responsible for negotiating, contracting and paying public and privately contract healthcare providers.
You successfully implemented Oracle Exadata Cloud@Customer Generation 2. What were the key business and technical challenges you faced that caused you to look for a new platform?
Our systems were initially co-located with another organization and they kept growing both in terms of offered services and in terms of users and transactions. Moreover, new operational requirements always needed to be addressed since we are working in a very dynamic and continuously changed environment. On the other hand, we needed to ensure that we would have a platform that will give us peace of mind in terms of availability, security, and future growth capabilities.
What are the biggest challenges and opportunities that EOP specifically is facing today?
Nowadays, I believe that the big challenge for EOP, such as for all organizations that process big data as well, is to ensure everyone about the safety of the data stored, mostly sensitive health data. Taking advantage of this challenge, we have the opportunity to empower our operational systems, both in terms of security and efficiency, of course.
What key product features drove your decision to move to Exadata Cloud@Customer?
Of course, high availability and the capability to scale up and down depending on the application load.
And what was the main reason back then when you started searching for a new infrastructure platform?
Stefanos, we needed to move off a co-location with another organization in Greece, and at the same time, we needed to ensure that the patient data would remain protected. The first step to that was decide to be using encryption, and that was one of the main drivers of our search for a new platform.
So, how did the old architecture look like?
I will say that the old system was based on a do-it-yourself architecture, meaning standalone hardware and software that was deployed to work together.
How specifically is Exadata Cloud@Customer helping EOP meet its challenges and realize new opportunities?
Actually, it was not one thing. In fact, Oracle Exadata Cloud@Customer provide us with a long list of capabilities. We are able to use Oracle database with all its options, plus all capabilities of the infrastructure, such as performance, high availability on all layers, compute, network, and storage.
You've mentioned a lot of capabilities, but what were the top ones in the Oracle solution that addressed your challenges?
I will say that one very important capability is that the underlying infrastructure is all managed and handled by Oracle. Therefore, we did not have to build a new administration team and train it on how to manage everything. The other was, of course, the use of encryption, which came together with the solution.
How has this experience changed the way you serve citizens, you support health professionals and other government organizations?
The high availability and the available capacity are taken for granted and gives the opportunity to the organization to plan and execute complex activities without having to struggle for resources as we were used to do before this implementation.
What are the results you've seen that matter the most to you?
Stefanos, I'm happy to say that we have seen an overall 40% performance improvement.
And any unexpected benefits from the use of Oracle Exadata Cloud@Customer?
One unexpected benefit was that we now find it easier to maintain our systems at acceptable patch levels through the use of cloud automation. This helps to proactively resolve potential problems, but also to maintain our data secure.
So now, what's next with the solution and your organization?
We have done the first step with this solution, and we are now looking into options for disaster recovery.
Can you share a bit about the migration process? Who was involved?
Actually, the migration was performed by Oracle Consulting Services with the help of Oracle's partner Intrasoft International, which is a provider under contract to EOP.
One last question. What would you recommend to other public sector organizations who are going through similar cloud evaluation cycles or starting a cloud journey as EOP?
Stefanos, that's an interesting question because each public sector in Greece is different, each with their own needs. Still, I expect that the universal need for everyone is simplicity. As for EOP, it was simple to implement a cloud solution within our data center. We had no data sovereignty issues, and we followed all best practices without having to figure them out on our own, or rely on custom implementation methods with uncertain results. This is certainly something to think about.
Christina, thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. Oracle has always considered choice as a key requirement for its customers. The Exadata offering totally gives the customer identical capabilities regardless of how they want to deploy it.